Last week, I showed you guys the best products to sell on Amazon in 2025. In today's video, I'm going to show you the worst products to sell on Amazon, the ones you totally need to avoid that will lead your Amazon business to crashing, burning, wasting tons of time, and losing lots of money. Let's jump right in the products you need to avoid selling on Amazon in 2025. So we're here inside my screen, guys. We're going to take a look at a couple product examples that are losing products. You always hear me talk about winning products. These are products you want to avoid selling. And the first one you want to avoid selling is items that are on fast selling listings but are very slow selling variations. So taking a look at this item right here, we can see there's 800 reviews on this product and it has a 160K BSR, which traditionally would mean that this was a pretty good product here. However, we can see that BSR and estimated sales do not change between variations. So we can see that the estimated monthly sales is shared between all the variations here. So what we have to do is scroll down to tell the actual velocity on this product based on the chart that SellerAmp shows right here. So we can see, unfortunately, this item does not have much offer count movement, which is the bottom chart right here. And this is what we want to take a look at to determine velocity on products that have variations. A lot of people don't think this through. They think just sales rank, but if a listing doesn't have variations, then sales rank and estimated sales you totally want to take a look at for that specific variation or that specific product. But if it does have variations, then you have to take a look at the chart data because sales rank does not change between variation, but offer count movement and the actual chart does here. So we can see this one's blocky. There's not much movement on this specific product. Meanwhile, this listing here is on the same listing. It's just a separate variation. It's a black large compared to a white small here. So if we take a look down here at the chart, we can see significantly more activity. Competition's nicely trending down, but it is also going up and down. There's people restocking. It's a healthy market, and the price is nicely trending up as well. So this is an example of a good variation, and this is an example of a bad variation. And where this can get tricky is they have the same sales rank. In many cases, they'll have the same estimated sales. They have the same estimated sales whenever you see this exclamation point here. If it doesn't have the exclamation point, then the estimated sales is variation specific, right? So we can see this is a slow moving variation and a fast moving variation of the same listing. And the way you differentiate that is taking a look at these specific charts for that product. This product does have the private label alert on SellerAmp, but I don't want you to automatically avoid suspected private label products. What you actually need to do is see if the brand is dominating a listing or not, which would mean it is a private label product. So taking a look down here, we want to scroll down here and take a look at these sellers and see if the only seller on this listing is Nautica, which we can see. Obviously, that's not the case. So this isn't a bad product because it says suspected private label. It is a bad product because it is a slow-moving variation on a fast-moving listing. So taking a look at this next example, the types of products we want to avoid is listings where the competition is shooting up. So I get asked all the time, how much competition is too much competition on a specific product? And truth be told, it's all about the trend on a specific item. There's great listings that have 100 sellers and terrible listings that have 2 sellers. And what that comes down to is not the specific offer count at any given time. It's about the trend and how fast the listing's actually moving. So taking a look here, we can see this listing has no variations. It doesn't have that exclamation point. So this listing actually sells really well, has a really good sales rank. But if we take a look down here at the chart, we can see that the competition here is shooting up. So we can see it's like 20, 15, 20 here, and then it's completely shooting up right here. So we can see it's gone from like 25 all the way up to like 46 here. And the price actually hasn't started going down that much yet. It's gone from like 39 down to like 37 right here. So, but we can see the competition is aggressively going up, which is going to lead the price to keep going down. Unfortunately, obviously, we can't predict the future, but when the competition shoots up, the price is going to go down. Just basic supply-demand economics right there. So we can see competition going up, price going down, starting to go down, and then an example of a listing where the price is totally going down. If we take a look at this, another example of the types of products we want to avoid, we can see these guys here. Back earlier in the summer, they were like $23. Right? And the competition was like, 2 to 3 sellers here. And then it randomly went up from 12, 3, 5, 12 sellers all the way to now currently 70. And we can see the price went from 23 all the way down to like 13 to 15 right there. So this is another example of types of products you totally want to avoid is listings where the price is tanking right there. You always hear people talk about price tanking. And if you feel like maybe you're a newer seller and you feel like you're buying a lot of products that are price tanking, it all comes down to how easy or how hard those products are to buy. Because listings that are harder to buy and harder to find profitably, then maybe it requires a lot of coupon codes or discounted gift cards or a holiday sale that's only on once a month. versus a listing that is always in stock on Walmart. Walmart, sure, you can use a resource certificate, but there's not much other than that they can do that I know of to go ahead and lower your buy cost on there. That's going to lead there to be significantly more competition on average with the Walmart listing compared to the listing that takes a couple complications in order to make it good right there as well. So the next type of product you totally want to avoid is listings that have IP complaints. Now, sometimes you'll see suspected IP warnings on SellerAmp, right? This Calvin Klein item has it. But what you actually need to do to really verify IP complaints is take a look on the chart on a specific product. So if we go to the all-time data here, we can see this specific product, there's a time when it goes from like 20 sellers all the way down to one seller. Right now, people did hop back on it. I don't know if that's they took away the IP complaint or if this product just went super viral and the competition went down super quick. But either way, whenever you see a really steep drop here where it literally went from 23 right there all the way down to 1 in, a week or a couple of days right there, and it wasn't during Q4, it wasn't where the sales rank went crazy, that tends to be a sign of an intellectual property complaint where the brand owner, the person that owns the product, owns the brand, just kicked everyone off a specific listing. Very rarely will you see a bunch of people hop back on like this, like we can see on this specific product actually did happen there. But in general, you want to avoid listings where you see the competition, aka the new off account, hopping along, and then it randomly just plummets to the bottom right there as well. Another type of product you want to avoid is listings that just don't sell that often. The main qualifying factor for this is going to be the BSR, otherwise known as the best sellers rank, and we can see 400K rank. For the most part, your basic winning product criteria is going to be under a 200K sales rank, 30 plus estimated sales per month, $3 plus profit, a 30% plus ROI, and then just making sure that the competition is either stable or going down, and that the buy box price, taking a look at the chart, is either stable or going up. We can see this listing is a bad sales rank, which for the most part automatically disqualifies it. But just to show you guys an example here too, we can take a look and see there's no offer count movement. There's no up and down offer count movement. So we totally want to avoid this listing right here as well. Taking a look at this next type of product we want to avoid is going to be listings that Amazon is dominating the entire buy box on. A lot of beginners will automatically avoid stuff with no buy box. Don't do that. A lot of beginners will automatically avoid listings that Amazon's on. Don't do that. But we need to take a look down here at the chart and see if it's actually moving. So scrolling down here, taking a look at this chart, we can see that Amazon has the buy box the entire time right there. We can see it's Amazon, FBA, and buy box are all the exact same price. And then we can see that the competition is pretty much just completely stable. There's no signs of offer count movement or activity or other sellers making money on this specific product. So this is the type of listing we totally, unfortunately, want to avoid because Amazon's dominating the entire buy box. So I don't want to avoid it because Amazon's on it, but I do want to avoid it because Amazon has the entire buy box on this specific item. And that's the name of the game with this stuff, guys, is we want to make sure we're avoiding listings where the competition's going up or the price is going down, or both, where there's any potential IP complaint history, or where Amazon's dominating the entire buy box, as well as a bunch of other factors like that. The best products to sell on Amazon are going to be listings that have good volume and they're heavily protected by different complications that make an item good, different discounts, right? So a couple examples of those are like auto ship deals, bulk deals, websites you can use tax exempt on where you can avoid sales tax that other people don't know about. Taking a look at like dicksportinggoods.com. If you literally go to dicksportinggoods.com and scroll to the bottom, you'll see a nice sign up code right there, and making sure you're using Coupert, Capital One Shopping, and CouponBirds to take advantage of different coupons these different retailers have, or taking advantage of holiday sales too, discounted gift cards on Cardbear. We've got a ton of holidays coming up like Halloween, early Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas deals coming up, and just a bunch of different ways to lower the buy cost and create more winning products. If you haven't yet watched the best products to sell on Amazon in 2025 video, make sure you check that here. I'll also link that down below in the description. Make sure to get a 2-week free trial of SellerAmp on our website, selleramp.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.